people. Do you like my boa? I just thought I might want to spruce things up a little bit. I thought it would go well with my outfit. Well, I'm feeling so pretty today, and I'm feeling good about this lesson. This lesson is on equivalent fractions. Remember, equivalent means equal. So equivalent fractions, and did you know all those little boogers, they're all in between 0 and 1, like 1/4 and 2/4. Another name for 2/4 would be a half. I guess that would make them equivalent. 3/4 fractions like 1/8 and 3/8 and 2/17 and 5/9 and oh my, it goes on forever. But all of those fractions are in between 0 and 1 because we haven't made a whole yet. You know, the only time you make a whole is when the numerator and the denominator are the same. So if I had 5/5, the numerator and the denominator are the same, I finally have a whole. Isn't that interesting? But fractions that we're going to talk about today, they aren't a whole yet. They're just fractions, part of a whole. So how do we know if they're equal? Well, we do something that's called simplifying. We can simplify fractions to see if they're equal. Like, for example, we have 2/4. And then we say to ourselves, self, what number can I divide into both the numerator and the denominator? And if there's a number, we can simplify that fraction. Oh, I can divide the 2 by 2, the 4 by the same number, and look what we have. A half. Oh, well, then that must mean that 2/4 is equal to a half. They are equivalent fractions. Spectacular! That's equivalent fractions. Let's see if there are some other fractions that we can see if they're equivalent. What about 4/12? Can we find a fraction that's equivalent to 4/12? Let's see. We say to ourselves, self, is there a number that will go into both 4 and 12? Yes, there is. There is 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 12 divided by 4 is 3. I just changed that 4/12. Well, I really didn't change it, but I simplified it to 1/3. That means 4/12 must be equivalent to 1/3. Isn't that marvelous? Okay, I'm going to show another type of way that you can make equivalent fractions. Let's say we had the fraction 2/3. 2/3, that's already in its simplest form. Let's make fractions that are equal to it. Well, all we have to do is whatever we do to the numerator, we have to do to the denominator. So let's make easy peasy, lemon squeezy equivalent fractions. And let's multiply the numerator by 2 and the denominator by 2. And we'll get 2 times 2 is 4, 3 times 2 is 6. Look at that. An equivalent fraction for 2/3 is 4/6. Let's make another one. And let's make it nice and easy peasy. So let's multiply the numerator by 3, the denominator by 3. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. Well, look at that. I made another equivalent fraction to 2/3. Now I have 3 fractions that are all equivalent. And I made that just by multiplying the numerator by the same number as the denominator. 2/3 is equal to 4/6 is equal to 6/9. Wow, isn't that spectacular news? That's how we make equivalent fractions. Now I'm going to pause and erase this board and put some other numbers. I'll do a couple more and then you can practice. Okay? Splendid. Well, here we are. Here are the directions. It says find two fractions that are equivalent to 3/5. Well, just like we did before, we're going to multiply the numerator and the denominator by the same number. And, oh, what happened to my boa? It's a little strangulating me. There we go. Now I feel pretty again. Well, keep it easy peasy lemon squeezy. Multiply by 2 and 3. Maybe 5 if you think that's easier, but try not to make it difficult. So let's multiply the 3 by 2, the 5 by 2. So 3 times 2 is 6, and 5 times 2 is 10. Equivalent fraction. Well, it says we have to do 2, so let's multiply by 3, and 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 5 times 3 is 15. Voila! There they are. 2 equivalent fractions. Now you try this one. Okay? Go ahead if you need to. Write it down. Pause. And then unpause. And we'll go over the answers, okay? Splendid. Go ahead and pause. Okay, we're back. So what did you do? I hope you did easy peasy lemon squeezy. And you said 10 times 2 is 20. And 12 times 2 is 24. Did you get 20 24ths? Well, good. Let's try another easy peasy. 10 times 3. 10 times 3 is 30. And 12 times 3, 36. And there are my equivalent fractions. Well, isn't that splendid? Okay, now there's just one more thing I want to show you. How do you know if two fractions are equivalent? Well, here comes the answer right away. Just let me erase my little board here. Alrighty. Now, 4/5 and 16/20 are these fractions? Are they equal? Well, I'll tell you right now, you are going to need that handy-dandy calculator. So you better have one. If you don't, run along and go get yours. Cannot do these without it. So I'm going to teach you how to figure out if these fractions are equivalent. And the way you do it is... No, I'm not afraid of you, and I'm not trying to be Superwoman. What I'm doing is saying we need to criss-cross multiply. Try that again. Criss-cross multiply. That's what we do. We are going to multiply criss-cross. We'll multiply the 4 times the 20, the 5 times the 16, and if they come up equal, then we know the fractions are equal. Yes, it's true. So let's do that. 4 times 20 is 80. 5 times 16 is 80. Yes, it is. I knew that. I was just pretending. So since the cross products are the same, those fractions are equivalent. That's how you do it. Cross products. Here we go again. Let's look at this one. Now, you must have your calculator by now. Go ahead and plug in 2 times 15, or maybe you even know what that is, right? 2 times 15 is 30. Does that equal 3 times 12? 3 times 12. Oh dear, no. 36. That does not equal. So these fractions are not equivalent. But these were. Remember, we cross products to find if fractions are equivalent. Again, oh my goodness, the lemon squeezies are squeezing all over the place. Okay, let me give you two. Oh my goodness, this hair. Two to do by yourself. Now, I know that you can do these because you are smart little whippersnappers. I even wrote them down, and I'm going to give you a couple tricky ones. Okay, how about 3 nights? Is that equal to 36 108? And then after you do that one, I want you to see if 54 99ths, now I should put a question mark there, I'm sorry, we don't know if it's equal. Is 54 99ths, is that equal to 84 130 seconds? That's how you say that fraction, I know. So do your cross products and see if these fractions are equivalent. You can pause now and then come back and we'll check it together, okay? Okay, go ahead. Are we back? Yes, we are. Alrighty. Well, what did you think? Equivalent? Not equivalent? When you did your cross products, did you get that it was 324 for 9 times 36 and 324 for 108 times 3? So absolutely, they were equivalent. Let's move on over to the next one. When you multiplied 54 times 132, now that was a big number. I'm going to have to write down 7,128. Oh my, thank goodness for calculators. When you did your cross product of 99 times 84, did you get that same number? I bet you didn't. No, it was 8,316. How do the game shows do it? Yes, that's how they do it. It means, no, they're not equivalent. And that's how it is. That's how we find equivalent fractions. We use cross products. Well, that's all for today. Now remember what I said before. Be nice to people and animals. Kindness can go a long way to making somebody feel special. Well, that's all. Doodle-doo!